in the Golden Mussel Division here on the California Delta Best Bass Tournaments in September, the Rossettis. Different heights. But he holds big arm, the stick, the main man, the man of action, the main attraction. You guys caught over 46 pounds of fish for 2 days. 22 pounds the first day, 23.93. You had a 6.11 and a 7.14. The question people want to know all the time, you might have a couple of tournaments left this year, you're going to be doing stuff, but we need to understand you're consistently catching some very nice fish. What is that you're doing that somebody else probably is not doing?
Well, fishing on the river, you've got so many variables. You got the spraying, you got the sea lions, you got water flow up and down. What we focus on is moving water this time of the year. Areas that have defined edges. Flipping. I've heard this before. Flip, 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 flip. You want to catch big fish, you got to flip. And we caught a lot of fish flipping this weekend. Caught a lot of fish on top. Caught a lot of fish frogging. As a matter of fact, we caught 4 of our keepers by 8:30 this morning on a frog, and then we punched the last one. And it's one of those deals where if you're there when they're feeding, you're gonna clean house. But if you miss it by an hour or two, and back to your question, experience, time on the water, understanding the fishery and the way that the fish move and migrate and what they're feeding on, forage. We threw chatterbaits, we threw spinnerbaits. Yesterday he caught his 5-pounder on a Senko. So it's just being where the fish are is the most important part, and being there when they're biting.
So I know, nobody wants to know where you're fishing other than they all want to know, but they're not going to ask. And nobody wants to know that, but you're understanding that the areas that you're fishing, typically do they get fished a lot, or are they're just hitting the wrong windows and you're hitting the windows correctly?
Well, I think there's a lot of both. I think there's a lot of people fishing the same areas, and it's a timing deal. But every year is different. So one year, one area goes off. Next year, another area goes off. You go back and you're going to clean house, and they're just gone. Fish are gone. Either vegetation's gone, fish just moved out, or they're just not biting, or the fish got smaller. So finding the bigger fish is the key, and then obviously they kind of culminate together. So once you find them, you can usually stay on them pretty well for until the season changes, or they spray the heck out of the grass, and then you have to make some adjustments.
So when you're out there fishing, Luke, when you're out there fishing, how many rods do you have on the deck of the boat predominantly that you're using? 2. What's on one of them is that throwing that chatterbait, right? And then the extra green pumpkin one. And what's the other bait on there? Okay, you're flipping? Whether it's a worm or you got a weight on it a lot of times? Which ones you like the chatterbait the best, right? That's what you have the most luck with? Okay. Anything you want to thank? Who do you want to thank?
My dad for taking the fishing and my mom for making the lunches.
Oh, for making the lunches? Nice. Good suck. Because without the lunches, you're nothing.
Starving.
You're starving. You're starving fishermen. What kind of lunch? Let's talk about it. These are important questions.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, peanut butter and jelly.
Classic.
Classic. So this morning when I gave you that peanut butter bar, did you eat yours? Well, of course I had peanut butter. Right. Does she use thick bread or does she use that thinner bread?
She uses sourdough.
Sourdough! My wife's favorite, sourdough. All right, is the crust still on it? Or did she peel the crust off for you?
No, the crust is still.
Because you like the crust? Dad taught me well. Dad taught me well right there. So, you got peanut butter and jelly, or you get like ham and cheese?
No, I get PB&J. Same thing. They're usually like stacked on those, so that way one sandwich is usually like 2. So peanut butter and the jelly's all.
Oh, then you're like the dog, you know that?
Oh yeah.
It's so
We
thick.
don't want just a bread sandwich, we want something
No,
else.
no, no. Who do you want to thank? Other than the bread sandwich maker?
My family, and I'd like to thank Randy. Thank you for putting on a professional tournament and bringing everybody together. And then your staff. Your staff always does a great job. You guys are always professional on time and do a great job. So that's about it.
Well, I've got some of this right here for you. Then you can give that to his trust fund. Guys and gals, first place in the Golden Muscle here on the California, the Rossettis. Give a round of applause.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and fishing B.A.S.S tournaments.